Have you ever wondered what's really going on in your gut when things just feel off? Like you're not digesting like you used to, your energy's fading, and you're starting to ask, is this just aging or is something else going on inside me? What if I told you that what's happening in your gut could be making you feel older than you actually are? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Elderly Paradox. I'm Dr. Laura, your host and guide through the fascinating world of aging, health, and personal transformation. I'm a board-certified psychiatrist and clinical dietitian, and for over 20 years, I've worked side by side with older adults, learning, listening, and helping them reclaim energy, mental clarity, and joy through the power of science-based nutrition and compassionate care. And today, we're diving into something that could completely change the way you think about growing older: your gut. Yes, that quiet part of your body that you don't usually talk about at dinner parties. Turns out, it holds some of the biggest secrets to staying vibrant and healthy after 65. But I'm not going to do this alone. Joining me is one of my longtime clients and a very dear friend. He's thoughtful, funny, and just like many of you, he's been navigating some recent health challenges. I invited him to come and share his story, ask questions, and have an open-hearted conversation with me today about what it really means to age with vitality. Let's welcome him in. He's just arriving now, and together we'll explore the foods and habits that science says can actually stop aging your gut and help you feel like yourself again.
Can I be honest with you? These days, I just feel off. Not sick, but definitely not like myself. My energy isn't what it used to be, and some meals leave me feeling bloated before I've even finished them.
That's completely understandable. After 65, our bodies shift in subtle but important ways, especially the gut. The microbiome, that community of bacteria living inside us, plays a huge role in how we digest, fight inflammation, and even stay mentally sharp. And as we age, that balance of helpful microbes can start to fade.
I never realized my gut was doing all that. I just figured digestion was about food coming in and going out.
It's much more complex than that. Think of your gut as a garden. It needs nourishment, variety, and care. And the good news is, it's never too late to revive it. Science now shows that we can make real improvements just by eating a few specific foods consistently. Nothing extreme or complicated, just smart, gut-friendly choices.
All right, I'm listening. If there's a way to stop feeling like I'm dragging through the day, sign me up.
Let's start with one you might have walked right past in the grocery store: kefir. It's a fermented milk drink, similar to yogurt, but with way more beneficial bacteria.
That sounds familiar. I think I've seen it near the yogurt section. It looked like a smoothie.
Exactly. Kefir's packed with probiotics, the good kind of bacteria your gut loves. What makes kefir special is how many strains it has and how well those strains actually stick around and help out. It's also easier to digest than milk because the fermentation breaks down most of the lactose.
That's a relief. I stopped drinking milk years ago because it made me feel bloated. But kefir's different then.
Totally. Most people who avoid dairy find kefir to be much gentler. Start with half a cup a day. Pour it over your fruit, blend it into a smoothie, or sip it with breakfast. The benefits build over time, and your digestion may start to feel lighter and more efficient in just a few weeks.
Sounds doable. And you really think this little drink can help my gut bounce back?
I don't just think so. The latest studies are proving it. Seniors who regularly consume probiotic-rich foods like kefir tend to have lower inflammation, improved immunity, and even better mood and cognitive clarity. Your gut communicates with your brain constantly. When your gut is calm, you'll feel calmer and more energized too.
I like that. Simple with a good payoff. What's next?
Let's add a little crunch and spice. Fermented vegetables. Kimchi is one great option. It's a traditional Korean dish made from fermented cabbage, garlic, ginger, and chili. But you don't have to go spicy. Sauerkraut, pickled carrots, and even fermented beets can work beautifully.
I've seen kimchi in jars before, but I wasn't sure what it was. It smelled strong.
It does. That funky smell comes from live, active cultures doing their job. When vegetables are fermented properly, not just pickled in vinegar, they grow beneficial microbes that help nourish your microbiome. These veggies are also rich in fiber and antioxidants, which both support digestion and reduce inflammation.
So it's not just about the bacteria, it's the fiber too.
Absolutely. Fiber acts like fertilizer for your gut garden, and fermented veggies deliver both. They help promote regularity, reduce gas and bloating, and reinforce the good microbes you're trying to grow.
Okay, I'll bite. How do I eat it? Just scoop it out of the jar?
You can. Add a spoonful to your eggs, toss it into a salad, or put it beside your sandwich at lunch. Just a tablespoon or two a day makes a difference. And if kimchi doesn't suit your palate, sauerkraut is a great alternative. Just check the label, look for raw, unpasteurized, or live cultures.
You're making this sound less intimidating. I always thought fixing digestion meant taking supplements or skipping my favorite foods forever.
Not at all. The key is consistency. These foods aren't magic bullets, but they work gradually, helping to restore balance over time. And when your gut is happy, everything else starts to work better too. Sleep, joint comfort, mental clarity, and even your skin may feel brighter.
Now you're speaking my language. I want to feel like myself again, not some sluggish version dragging through the day.
That's the spirit. And now that we've got kefir and fermented veggies in the mix, there's another superstar that works behind the scenes to feed the good microbes and heal the gut from within.
You know, Laura, you got me thinking yesterday after we talked. I've been picturing my gut like that garden you described. And if I'm honest, it's probably more like a neglected backyard right now, full of weeds and stray cans of soda.
That's okay, Harold. Gardens don't stay perfect on their own. They need care, attention, and the right ingredients. The good news is yours can still bloom beautifully. You've already started with kefir and those fermented veggies. That's like planting fresh seeds. Now we just need to feed them properly.
Feed them? You mean I have to feed the bacteria in my gut too? I barely keep up with feeding myself.
Luckily, it's all part of the same routine. What your good bacteria need is something called prebiotic fiber. You don't have to memorize the name. Just remember that these fibers act like fertilizer for the beneficial microbes you've already introduced.
So probiotics are the seeds, and prebiotics are the fertilizer. Got it. Where do I find these prebiotic foods? I hope it's not some powder from the health store that costs more than my mortgage.
Not at all. Prebiotics are found in everyday foods you might already be eating, or at least have sitting in the fridge. Think garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, bananas, and oats. Even beans and lentils have wonderful prebiotic power.
Well, I've always liked onions. My late wife used to say I cooked with them like I was trying to ward off vampires.
And she was probably right in more ways than one. Onions don't just taste great. They feed the beneficial bacteria that help fight off inflammation, support immunity, and improve digestion. Every time you cook with garlic or roast some asparagus, you're doing your gut a favor.
I guess I'm not as far off the mark as I thought. But beans? They make me feel like I swallowed a tuba.
Totally understandable. Beans can cause extra gas at first, especially if your gut hasn't been getting much fiber. But here's the twist. Those little musical episodes, they're actually signs that your bacteria are getting to work. Once your gut adjusts, that discomfort often fades.
So you're saying the concert settles down after the first few rehearsals?
Exactly. And here's a trick. Start small. Add lentils or chickpeas to a soup. Try overnight oats with bananas for breakfast. Your gut will thank you quietly in a few weeks.
This is all beginning to sound like less of a chore and more of an adventure. It's like I'm discovering how to feed the invisible workers inside me.
I love that metaphor. And when those workers are fed well, they do amazing things, reducing inflammation, protecting your intestinal lining, improving nutrient absorption. That's why prebiotics are such an important piece of this puzzle.
All right, fiber's in. But tell me, does gut health always have to be savory? Isn't there anything sweet that actually helps me?
Oh, yes, and this one's my favorite, polyphenol-rich berries. We're talking blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries, even elderberries if you're feeling adventurous.
I'm all ears. I thought fruit was off limits after a certain age. Sugar and all that.
Fruit's gotten a bad rap in some circles, but berries are a treasure trove of nutrients. Polyphenols are natural compounds that do wonders for your body. They fight oxidative stress, support heart health, lower inflammation, and yes, they also feed the good gut bacteria.
So, I'm feeding my gut and getting a tasty snack?
Absolutely. These berries help increase microbial diversity, which is another way of saying they make your gut ecosystem richer and more resilient. And since they're low in sugar and high in antioxidants, they're especially suited for seniors.
What's the best way to eat them? I usually just toss a few on my cereal when I remember.
That's perfect. You can blend them into a smoothie with kefir, stir them into oatmeal with bananas for breakfast, or snack on a frozen handful like tiny ice pops. If you want a gut-friendly dessert, you can try mashing them with chia seeds and refrigerating. It becomes a simple berry jam without the added sugar.
You're making this sound dangerously delicious. I might end up overdoing it.
That's the best kind of problem. Just remember, consistency beats quantity. A small daily serving gives you the gut benefits without overwhelm. Plus, if you combine them with prebiotic fiber, like oats or bananas, it's a 1-2 punch of nourishment.
I can already imagine breakfast tomorrow. Kefir, oats, and berries. I'm starting to think my gut's gonna wake up and start singing.
It just might, though hopefully it sticks to humming. And don't forget, a healthier gut doesn't just help digestion. Seniors in recent studies showed improved sleep, reduced joint discomfort, better blood sugar control, and even sharper memory when their gut microbiome was balanced.
Sharper memory, huh? I could use some help there. I keep misplacing my reading glasses and then spend half the day squinting at the dog thinking he's stealing them.
Sounds like your dog's got great taste, but really, all these signs point to one truth. Caring for your gut is caring for you. It's not just about food. It's about how you feel every day. The clarity, comfort, and vitality that come from a nourished microbiome aren't a luxury. They're a possibility.
I never thought gut health could be this empowering. For years, I just thought feeling older meant feeling worse. But this feels like a way forward.
And you're creating that path one bite at a time. You've already added fermented foods. Now you're layering in prebiotic fiber and polyphenols. This is how we build longevity from the inside out.
Well, I've got onions in the fridge and berries in the freezer. I think I'll start right after this call. Maybe my gut garden is about to bloom after all.
I love that, Harold. And there's one more food I want to share that helps tie it all together. The quiet hero that seals the gut lining and keeps everything running smoothly.
Laura, I have to say, I feel like I've just opened a whole new chapter in how I take care of myself. And it's not filled with pills or restrictions. It's filled with flavor, curiosity, and actual hope.
That's the most beautiful thing I've heard all week. When it comes to gut health, especially after 65, it's not about chasing perfection. It's about consistent care and gentle upgrades. And you've embraced every part of it.
So far, kefir has made breakfast feel like a treat. Fermented veggies have added some kick to my lunch. And berries? Well, those are my new dessert. You've even gotten me experimenting with leeks and oats. But you said there was one more superfood, something that ties it all together?
Yes, and it might surprise you because it's not flashy, it's not trendy, but it's quietly powerful. That food is bone broth.
Bone broth, like the stuff my grandmother used to make when someone had a cold?
Exactly. It's the kind of comfort food that has healing baked into its tradition. Bone broth is rich in amino acids like glutamine and glycine, which help soothe and seal the gut lining. That's important because with age, the intestinal barrier can weaken, letting unwanted particles slip through, a condition often called leaky gut.
Leaky gut. That sounds like something I'd call my plumbing guy for.
In a way, it's similar. If the gut barrier is compromised, inflammation increases, and your immune system goes on high alert. That can drain your energy, make digestion more difficult, and even affect joint pain and cognitive clarity. Bone broth helps reinforce that lining, keeping everything where it belongs.
So it's not just good for warming the soul, it's good for repairing the system.
Exactly. And it's easy to add. You can sip it from a mug like tea, use it as the base for soups and stews, or cook your grains in it for extra flavor and benefit. Even just a cup a day can have long-term impact.
I remember my wife used to simmer bones with carrots, celery, and herbs for hours. It smelled like winter holidays. I never realized she was giving us gut support, along with comfort.
She was ahead of her time, and now you're reclaiming that wisdom for your own wellness. It's not just about the food, it's about the ritual, the intention, the care you take with yourself.
That feels right. For a long time, I just felt stuck. My body wasn't doing what it used to, and I figured that was it. But you've helped me see that it's not too late to feel better, maybe even great.
It's never too late, Harold, and you've done more than listen. You've taken steps. That matters. You've got kefir helping your microbiome flourish, fermented veggies adding diversity, prebiotics feeding your gut garden, berries soothing inflammation, and now bone broth sealing it all in.
I never thought of food as this cooperative system before. It always felt like something I had to control or avoid. But now it's like I'm finally working with my body, not against it.
That shift in mindset makes all the difference. When you nourish your gut, you're also nourishing your energy, your clarity, your resilience. It's not just digestion, it's how your entire body communicates, heals, and stays young at heart.
You know what's wild? I've had less joint stiffness this week. It could be in my head, but even if it is, I'll take it.
It's very real. Inflammation doesn't just show up in the stomach, it affects your joints, skin, brain, even your sleep. When we reduce that from the gut outward, everything starts to work better.
I wish more people my age knew this. So many of my friends think feeling tired and achy is just part of the deal after 70. But maybe it's not inevitable.
It doesn't have to be. The science is catching up with tradition, and it's showing us that the gut holds the key to aging gracefully. And small daily actions are often more powerful than big overnight changes.
Small bites with big results. That I can do.
And it's okay to take it slow. This isn't a race. It's a journey. One spoonful of bone broth, one handful of berries, one bit of crunch. Each step strengthens your gut and supports your longevity from within.
Well, I know one thing. I'll never look at my fridge the same way again. It used to just be a place to grab leftovers. Now it feels like a toolbox for feeling well.
I love that image. Your fridge as a toolbox and you as the craftsman of your own health. You've got every tool now, and you've already begun building something beautiful.
Laura, thank you. This conversation has changed how I feel about growing older, not as a slow fade, but as a chance to care for myself in ways that actually matter.
You're very welcome, Harold, and thank you for asking, for trying, for believing in change. That's the most inspiring part.
So if someone like me can turn things around, maybe others watching can too, right?
Absolutely. Everyone watching, wherever you are in your journey. It's never too late. Your gut is listening. Feed it wisely, treat it kindly, and watch the rest of your body respond with gratitude.
To the viewers out there, don't wait. Start with one small change. You don't need fancy products or strict diets, just real food, real care, and a little curiosity.
Exactly. And if this helped, share your thoughts. We'd love to hear what foods or habits have made a difference for you. Leave a comment, share with someone you care about, and keep the conversation going.
And don't forget to subscribe, folks. Laura is full of great advice, and I might just pop back in from time to time, too.
We'd love that. Remember, aging isn't about decline. It's about refinement, resilience, and rediscovery. Your gut can be your greatest ally.
Here's to living well, to nourishing not just our bodies, but our hearts, our hopes, and our years.
Here's to you, Harold, and to everyone tuning in. Let's make each bite count. Before we close today, I want to pause and reflect on this beautiful conversation we've shared. Mr. Harold reminded us how aging doesn't mean fading, it means evolving. And that journey begins inside the very core of your health, your gut. Over the course of our talk, we explored 5 extraordinary foods that science in 2025 is calling game changers for gut health after 65. We started with kefir, a creamy fermented drink packed with probiotics to restore balance. Then came fermented vegetables like kimchi and sauerkraut, small bites with a big impact on your microbiome. We fed that internal garden with prebiotic fibers found in humble foods like garlic, oats, leeks, and beans, fuel for the good bacteria you've welcomed. We added color and power with polyphenol-rich berries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, all helping soothe inflammation and boost diversity inside. And finally, we sealed the healing with bone broth, the forgotten hero that restores your gut lining and wraps your system in strength and comfort. Together, these foods don't just improve digestion, they reduce chronic inflammation, support immunity, sharpen memory, ease joint stiffness, and help you feel, perhaps for the first time in a long while, like yourself again. Now, who should eat these foods? Honestly, everyone over 65 deserves this kind of nourishment, especially if you felt bloated, tired, foggy, or just disconnected from your body. These aren't miracle cures. They're steady companions on your journey toward vitality. Start small. Be consistent. Give yourself permission to heal. And remember, every moment spent caring for your gut is a moment spent honoring your life. You're not alone in this. Here at Elderly Paradox, we're walking with you. This podcast isn't just information, it's a sanctuary, a space you can return to anytime. Put on your headphones, make a warm drink, and let these words surround you like a quiet conversation between friends. If this episode touched you, helped you, or even just made you smile, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing it with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe it's your neighbor, your spouse, or your walking buddy. Healing begins when knowledge is shared. This channel is here for you. We're not selling solutions, we're building connection, education, and hope. And while this podcast is for educational purposes, if you're dealing with real medical concerns, don't hesitate to consult your doctor or a licensed healthcare provider. Consider this a collaboration between your curiosity and your care team. So, keep listening, keep learning, keep nourishing your years with love and intention. From my heart to yours, thank you for being here. You're part of the Elderly Paradox family now. Until next time, take care of your gut and your spirit.